Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am sorry that I have not posted in the time that I said I would. I've been having some things going on and some assignments and stuff that was due for college. My kids have been wild, my health hasn't been the greatest. But I guess it's better late than never. I don't really have a set look for today. I'm just gonna do a look. It's not going to be the best. As you can see, I have some pretty dark circles around my eyes. I haven't really been sleeping all that good, so you'd think that I would just do my videos at night when I can't sleep, but it doesn't always work out that way either, because I'm just so sleep deprived at that point that I just can't really function. And hopefully I can get that sorted out. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I wanted to go ahead and do the video today because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get to it tomorrow. And I'll still do a video on for Thursday. I have tried to do the best I can. It just hasn't worked out in my favor, unfortunately. And if you all hear a bunch of kids running and screaming upstairs, it's because I meant for them to go to bed before I started my video tonight. But things don't always work out that way. And fact is, I didn't want you all to have to wait any longer. I don't like it when I don't uphold what I said I was gonna do. Also, I know I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't have a whole bunch of viewers, but it's still important to me to be consistent and truthful with what I'm supposed to be doing. And my kids have been arguing and fighting all day and doing absolutely nothing else. So it's been a fun day in the house. I hopefully can get some help for my insomnia tomorrow. I go to the psychiatrist tomorrow, and I get to undergo testing and stuff like that, and they're gonna tell me, which I already know what's wrong with me for the most part, but they want to do their own tests too, and they're gonna probably put me on a whole bunch of different medications now, and it's just not my definition of a good time. I don't want to do it. I hate going to the doctor, but I have like about 10 now. So I just have to deal with it. There's not really any kind of way around it. Like, I hope that something can be figured out, though, because I am not happy with being sick all the time. But I have some other good news too. I have lost more weight. I am 38 pounds down now, and I'm starting to actually feel good about myself once again, so that's good. But it just seems like a whole bunch of stuff's going on right now. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know how long it'll be until I can sleep again. And they're also going to give me medication to block out my dreams. because I have some pretty terrifying nightmares that keep me anxious and awake. And they say it's due to past traumas I've had in my life, which I can see because I've had a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot about me that a lot of people don't know, and it's really tough to talk about those. And my psychologist, because I have one of those too, my psychologist and therapists have told me that it'll be easier once I start telling people, people at least that are close to me, about all the traumas I've dealt with and all the issues I've had in the past. And I've started talking to them about that stuff, but again, another problem I've had is it brings up stuff, and you don't want to think about that kind of stuff, so for years and years, I've just been bottling it. And obviously, it hasn't done me any good, because it's still an issue. It's been an issue all these years. But another problem is now, since I've started talking about it again, the issue is the fact that it's bringing up those memories, and it makes me feel like I'm less than human sometimes. But the most important thing is that I am trying to work toward a better me, and that I'm trying to get healthy. And I know with time, it might seem harder as I go, but with time, hopefully, it gets easier, or at least more manageable, with medications and therapy. I don't really, for the longest time, within a certain circle of my friends, I've always been the one that my friends go to for advice, or go to ask questions, or something like that. Like, I haven't been, good as far as, being able to help people, financially a lot, or anything like that. But, I've always been there as a shoulder for my friends. And it's been really hard, because, I always thought if I help someone else with their problems, it'll help me take focus off of my problems, and then, I'll be okay. But the problem is now, is no matter how many other people I talk to about their problems, it seems like that their problems are a lot like mine. And it gets really hard. And I don't want one aspect, I want to be able to let my friends come to me and let them know that I'll always be here for them. But at the same time, I don't want it to be, I don't want them to, I want them to know that they can come to me, but I need to let it be known that I need to take some time for myself too. And I know I haven't been doing this channel long, and that's why I feel kind of bad for not being consistent like I said I was going to be. Because, it's not like I have 100 videos or anything. I only have a few. I think this is like my 6th one or something. So it feels kind of silly letting you all know, well, I've been going through some stuff. And my videos don't generally last hours or anything. Maybe an hour max, but that's it. And I'm trying to work on not being so hard on myself too, because being hard on yourself isn't healthy when you're trying to better yourself. Being hard on yourself is good to a certain point, but I'm literally hard on myself for everything. There is not like a there's not like a difference in it. I just do it. And I hate it because, you know, I don't know why I'm looking at that mirror. I have this big one that my friend got me. But, you know, for anyone out there who's gone through, you know, any kind of physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, any of that stuff, I just want you all to know that you're not alone, and that even if you don't really know me, like know me personally, but you could literally come and talk to me about any of that stuff, and I would be there for you. I wouldn't make you feel bad about it. And you know, it's wild and crazy because I know plenty of other people that have gone through the same thing, like same situations, and they have let it harden them. Like, they don't care about anyone, they don't care about anything, and they just want to hurt you. And it's like they want you to feel as bad as they feel, which, in my opinion, is not right. It just, people need to, in these times in our lives, with this pandemic and everything going on, I feel like people should be reaching out to each other, helping each other, not fighting, not bickering, any of that stuff. But for some god-awful reason, a lot of people in this world just want to hurt each other. Let's set all the political stuff aside for just 1 minute and, you know, treat each other like human beings. Like, how hard is it? Apparently, very hard. I mean, I don't know why some people are the way they are. Like, there's a bunch of people that I would rather not ever associate myself with. Like, there's people in my personal life that I, like, want absolutely nothing to do with. But if that person ran up to me and was like, listen, someone's after me, they're gonna hurt me, can you help me? Even if I can't stand that person, I'm not just gonna be like, no. You know? Go away. Like, people need to set their grudges aside right now. Now, obviously there's always gonna be some kind of exception to it. Like, if someone's like actually physically like trying to ruin you and hurt you and all that, then stay away from that person. They're toxic. My kids are upstairs fighting. My oldest decided he wanted to try to sing my youngest a lullaby. My youngest doesn't want to hear it. My oldest keeps getting on his nerves. He keeps telling him to stop singing. And I've even told him to stop singing, but he won't stop. Yeah, but yeah, if someone's toxic in your life, I really should have used a different brush for this. But if someone's toxic in your life, you know, I've said this before and I'll always say it, if they are really toxic, then stay away from them. Because they're never going to be good for you. Like, I understand people can change, but you shouldn't have to sit around waiting on that person to change. You should be able to look out for yourself without having to worry about some kind of recoil. Like, it just, it's awful. Like, it's downright awful that, you know, there's some people out there that have sexual preferences and their own family won't accept them, or that there's people out there that, you know, just they want to follow their dreams. Say like someone wants to be like a artist or something. Like, I remember having a friend a long time ago. They wanted to be a dentist or something when they grew up. A long time ago. I can't even remember which friend it was, actually. And, like, their grandmother was like, oh no, no honey, you're gonna do this. Like, it was kind of like having a helicopter parent, except it was a grandmother. And it was just awful. Like, I don't know what the deal was, but don't sit there and don't sit there and judge other people for what they want to do. It's not your business, for one, and for two, you should always support the people that you love. And the reason I put that in quotations is because there's a hell of a lot of parents out there that say they love their child no matter what, and then the moment their child does something that they would not do, or that they do not want their child to do, they go apocalyptic. Like, there's no reason for it at all. Like, the key to being a good parent is accepting your child. And accepting them for who they are and what they want to do. You know, and always being there for them. As I said before, I don't have a relationship with my biological mother. And, you know, and a lot of people have told me, well, Diana, why don't you try to repair the relationship, you know, this, that, or the other. The thing is, I did for years. I always was the one to apologize and come back. I always was the one to, you know, be the bigger person, and it got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore. It was awful. Like, I'm starting to look like I have raccoon eyes. Give me a second. But, like, I couldn't imagine my kids feeling the way about me that I do about my biological mom. And it saddens me to a point because, you know, I look at all these great moms out here with their children, and, you know, me and my mother never had that relationship. It was always me and my father. And don't get me wrong, my dad was a great dad. But there's just only so much your dad can do for you that a mom should be doing for you. Like, when I think I was about 15 or 16. My parents had already divorced. My dad didn't live in the state anymore. Yeah. And this was before I started dating my first serious boyfriend. And, you know, I wasn't really dating or anything too much. Like, I was dating, like, a little bit, but I wasn't, like, deep in the scene or anything. Like, I was just dating guys here and there. And, you know, I was really flaky. Like, I wasn't very good in relationships. Like, I would date someone for a while, and this is going to sound awful, because I have a lot of guy friends that I used to date. I would just get bored in the relationship, or just not be it wouldn't be what I thought it was going to be. And so I would just end it, like, it was just like, oh, well, it's not going how I want, well, bye. Like, I didn't mean for it to be like that, really, but that's how it was. Well, I already knew him, but before I got with my first serious relationship, I was with, this guy, and, we dated for a while, and we broke up. Well, then I met this girl. Now, I'd always been interested in, girls, but I wasn't, like, full-blown dating them or anything. And now, being the adult that I am, I know that what that was is a lot of people, like, for the longest time I thought I was bisexual. But now I realize that it doesn't even matter to me, like, the gender, how they present themselves, asexual, whatever. I'm pansexual. I'm a pansexual, and if you don't know what that means, you can look it up. I'm not going to sit here and go into a big conversation about it. But, I'd met this girl and we were talking. And, not too long before that, because my mom noticed I wasn't dating, really. She was like, oh, well, you could be gay or this or that, and, I'll love you no matter what. And, it made me feel like we were connected for once, and that I was okay. And, it made me feel like, well, maybe there is, something that me and my mom will get along about for once. And, I was doing something, and she wanted to use the computer. So I logged out of my stuff, and I guess I didn't log completely out of one of my apps. And it wasn't anything sexual or anything like that. Me and the girl was just talking, like telling each other, the stuff that we liked, the stuff we didn't like as far as movies and music and stuff go. And the message that happened to pop up while my mom was on the computer was the girl asking me out. And it was, it wasn't like me and her was like exchanging pictures or anything. We were literally just talking. And my mother went apocalyptic about it. She started getting angry and asking me if I was, I don't like the word, but I'm sure you can guess what she was asking me if I was. And I froze. Like, I froze up. And I knew from that moment forward I could not talk to my mother about anything personal ever. Like, I knew that it just was not going to be a thing. Like, there was no way. And I don't know. I even tried after that, though, and that's what makes me feel stupid. I tried for so long to have a good relationship with my mother, and I was the only one trying. Like, she would say she was trying, but then, now, okay, here's the thing about her. She has a lot of mental health issues that are untreated. I'm not saying anything bad about people with mental health issues, because I have mental health issues. It'd be kind of silly for me to be like, oh, well, that's a problem. But it's not with me, because I have a lot of issues too. But she has a lot of untreated ones that she knows she has. So she uses it as a crutch. This is how my mother's mind works. She has these problems, and she knows she has these problems, so she wants people to feel bad about it for her. And I learned a long time ago that I had to stop feeling bad for her, because she knows she's been on meds before for him, and she was like the perfect mom for like a few months. So her mind works that she would rather have people feel bad for her and do this, and this for her instead of her doing it herself, which is really annoying. So she doesn't always say what she means, but when she does certain things, she acts like she has no recollection of it, or she just... I remember a lot, my grandfather would get mad at her, and she would just sit there and start screaming and crying, well, you know I'm not right. And that was always an indication to me that she just didn't want help. For the longest time, I didn't want help. But if you have these problems, and you feel like you need to talk to anyone, then I suggest that you find someone before it gets too bad. And this is the look. I know it's awful shiny this time. I was just playing around with it. I feel like, you know those holographic cards? My baby's singing Let It Go in the background. But yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like I have aluminum on my face. I feel shiny. But, thank you, and if you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe, and in the comments, if you have any suggestions or a look that you would like me to do, just let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!